This is the key to massive growth on YouTube. It's the thing that most failing YouTube channels all have in common. You see a lot of people who have fantastic ideas, even the hooks in their videos are great, but they're just still not getting any views. Because on YouTube, the bulk of the video is the content. You have to know how to deliver the content to the audience to keep them engaged and to keep them watching. And once I help you do this, you can unlock massive growth for your YouTube channel.
You gotta just press record.
Now we're covering the third part of our perfect video recipe, and that is the content. The content refers to what the viewer came for. So right when they click onto the video, this is where you're gonna have your hook. You're gonna hook them into whatever the video is, but that bulk of the video, the meat of the video is going to be the content. So before you ever even shoot your video in your script, you really need to nail down the content that you're gonna deliver in the video. On a practical level, you clicked on this video because you want to grow on YouTube. You wanna get views, you wanna make better videos, but you really came for the advice or the tips that I'm gonna give you in this video. And maybe in your videos, it might be advice, but maybe it's entertainment, or maybe it is motivation. Whatever it is, the content is what they truly came for. With that explained, let me give you 7 tips that are gonna help you level up your content on YouTube so that you can start getting views. Tip number 1 is to lead your viewers down a path. If your video is hard to follow along, it just doesn't make sense, it's all over the place, people are gonna click off and watch something else. So a very practical tip here for you guys that you can do to lead the viewers down a path that makes sense is actually number out your content, whether that is tips or advice. Maybe you're talking about books and you can number that as the 5 best books for blank. In this video, I'm going over 7 tips, or kind of like 7 rules that you should follow when actually making your content on YouTube. So whether this is numbered in tips or steps to follow along, this is gonna make it really easy for the viewer to watch that video. Now, if this doesn't make sense for your content, what you can do when actually writing out your script is think in bullet points. It's really important for you to think about those main points that you're gonna cover in that video. Tip number 2 is don't overthink the content. You wanna make it really easy to watch and very digestible for that viewer. So that previous tip with numbering or bullet pointing out your script and your video is gonna make this tip way easier. Because naturally, as you break something down into sections, it's a lot easier to teach someone those sections rather than just your thoughts all scrambled out on a script and then talking to the camera. So that's gonna make you go all over the place. You really wanna not overthink the content and make it easy for someone to understand. Tip number 3 is know who you are talking to. When someone sees your thumbnail and title and they click on your video, you wanna connect with this person on a deep level. A great example of this is Sean back in the day used to talk about how in his videos, he would refer to the bokeh as a blurry background because that's what just the beginner would call it. And he was talking to beginners getting started in video. And if he tried to explain it as a low aperture bokeh, whatever kind of background, it would just fly right over those people's head. And because he was talking to beginners, he just called it the blurry background. And that's exactly what beginners were calling it. This is actually a really hard tip because as you're talking to beginners, you just naturally kind of use insider language that a beginner wouldn't really understand. So you really have to think about the viewer and who is watching this video. Also think about the age demographic. What kind of audience, what kind of age range is going to be watching this video and how can you connect with them? Just simply being aware of who you're talking to and trying to connect with them is going to take you really, really far. Also, your videos might be covering a pain point already, but the more that you can actually touch on those pain points and talk about your own experiences and how maybe you've overcome it, or even how you're struggling with those pain points too, this is gonna help you connect with that person. For example, I know you're struggling to grow on YouTube, and I know how frustrating that is to wake up, check your phone, and you have no more new subscribers. And ultimately, you wanna make money doing what you love. And when you're not making money and you're not making views, it can really crush your spirits. And so one of the best things you can do as a content creator is not just post YouTube videos and try and get views, but actually create an online product or an online course so that you can start making money as well. Doing this is gonna help you monetize way faster than if you were to just rely on AdSense from views, which is why I'm stoked to tell you about today's sponsor, Thinkific. No matter what kind of channel you have, whether it's guitar playing, whether it's cooking, whether it's fitness, YouTube creators all share something in common, which is a desire to reach more viewers and make a bigger impact without trading their time for money. But how do you actually do that? It's by creating an online course with Thinkific. More than 50,000 course creators have already used Thinkific Thinkific to build revenue and educate students worldwide. And you can try Thinkific for free today at createwiththink.com. Tip number 4 is be straight to the point. Don't confuse this with the hook of your video. I have a video completely explaining how to start off your videos. You should definitely watch that. We'll leave a link in the description. But this means once the content starts. So as soon as your hook ends, you want to get straight to the point. Now, this doesn't mean to not be fun, entertaining, or engaging. You still can be those things, and I think you should be those things. But you have to understand that when someone clicks on your video, they want something. And so giving that to them as soon as possible is going to help you. Ultimately, YouTube really values watch time, and the longer that people watch your videos, one of the worst things that you can do for your videos is not get right into it, because people will click off and go watch a different video. And this is a mistake I see a lot of YouTubers make, is they don't actually get into the promise of their title and thumbnail first. What they do is they like vlog for like 5 minutes, and then they actually talk about what was in the title and thumbnail. So especially if you're just starting out and growing, don't do that. And I promise you, this is going to help you a lot. Tip number 5 is to switch things up. This could be by adding in B-roll to your shot. So you're just not looking at me the whole time. Maybe you're looking at something else and a different shot that I took, or one that I downloaded off of Storyblocks or some sort of website like that. You could also just switch things up by moving locations when filming. This is going to take a bit more time. It can be a little more difficult, but this is going to help switch things up. And this is important because it keeps the viewer engaged and it keeps them watching longer. You can do this in editing by adding in text or graphics, or even changing the music as the video goes on. Tip number 6 is to show, don't tell. Now, there's a video that I was looking at recently and it got a lot of views and it did really well, but there was a couple dips that I noticed. And so I went back into my analytics and I wanted to see why were people dropping off at those specific points. I'm gonna show you this quick video that I just recorded recently where I go in depth on what each of those sections mean. And then we're gonna come back and I am going to show you what my scripts look like and share some tips with you and go really in depth on how to actually write the script for your next YouTube video. So first, check out this video. You could see why someone would skip forward past while I'm talking, because I'm literally telling you that, hey, what's coming up is going to be this. And so it's like, why not just skip forward to that point? I didn't need to explain any of that. So instead of talking there, I really should have just showed them. Now I noticed another dip in the video, and it's because I said, now coming up next, I'm gonna be talking about bullet points and how I use that for my script. And then I'm going to share a hack with you that is going to help you get more likes by implementing this into your script. And it's also gonna help you with increasing your audience retention rate. So stay tuned for that. But first, like this video. Now there's really nothing wrong with saying, hey, coming up is gonna be this, and I do that sometimes just so people really know what's actually coming up. The problem is if you make it too long and you're like, hey, make sure you comment and like and subscribe and hit the bell and do all this stuff, people are gonna just skip right over that. So I prefer to actually just have a subscribe button pop up and pop back down, rather than me saying to subscribe to the channel, which you should do. But honestly, just avoiding some of those words and some of those things that make people skip forward is going to help you increase your average view duration tremendously. Tip number 7, this is the most important tip on the list. And this is a huge mistake that I see tons of YouTubers are always making on their videos. The mistake is that YouTubers are not using the transition method. If you aren't doing this, you're literally missing out on a massive opportunity of bringing views to old videos, but also to your new videos as well. So click on the screen and watch this video where I explain exactly how you can do this to start getting views on your old videos.